The agony of defeat right there. Not a good sign.
Somebody is on the naughty list.
Somebody's on the naughty list.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Santa's Workshop. Today, yes, we're going to get some stuff done. Delbert's here.
Hi, guys. I got to yell right now, don't I? So I can get it.
Yeah, just talk loud over the lawnmower outside. But anyway, Delbert's been here, and we have got a few things done today. I got my plugs all in the motor where I needed it to be. Down there too. Brian is here. He's going to set the valves. Since I've already showed you one run of setting the valves, no need to show it again. So we're going to do that. But Delbert and I, we're going to get us a couple of clean rags and some spray, and we're going to wipe this frame down again because it got dirty.
Out here in the country, get dirty? No way.
Living on a dirt road in the country, oh yes. Especially in Oklahoma where the wind does blow down the plane.
All the time.
All the time. But we went and got all the tires off of the Camaro. These are the original wheels that came on this Caballero. I have put new tires on it. I was going to put these on the Camaro, but we're going a different way with the Camaro. So I've got these tires as backups. So we're going to do this. Got it on the caster so we can get it back under the frame as soon as we get the motor in. I got the motor mounts painted and on. So we're ready to get some work done. It's already hot, isn't it?
Yeah, it was supposed to be 70 degrees. It feels like 80.
Well, in this shop, it is 80. It may be 50 outside, but it's 80 in here.
And the sunshine is out. So
Yep.
It's nice and bright on the metal.
All right. Well, Brian, I guess we're ready to get this thing put together, ain't we?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. Okay. As you saw in the video, we was trying to get the intake on. Well, that failed miserably. That intake does not fit these heads, but a Vortec intake fits these heads perfectly. So these heads are not Vortec or traditional small block Chevy. They are Vortec only because the pitch right through here is different. And so Brian, thank goodness, had another Vortec head intake that we could use, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to put a Vortec intake on it. I'm not having my polished intake, which kind of bums me out, but hey, at least an intake is better than no intake at all. So that being said, we're going to make do with what we got, and we are going to get this thing built and in the frame today. Delbert's on his way, should be here just a little bit. I've been bandying around how I'm going to run my water jackets and everything. I am going to go ahead and use this one for my heater hose. Since it comes out of the water pump here, I can put them together, come over to the fender and come back over to the heater core. That'll be out of the way. Air conditioning lines will be that route as well. This I think I'm going to use for my temp sensor for the fans. I'm going to use this one for my temp sensor for the gauge. That way everything's at the back of the motor. Don't have to worry about all that running up here at the front, and kind of cleaned it up a little bit. Oh man, this thing has been one thing after another. I was so frustrated yesterday, it was unbelievable. I just wanted to go home and get in bed. But we're back at it today. This thing is going to go in the frame today, one way or another. So as soon as Delbert gets here, we're going to get that intake set on. And once that intake is bolted on, we're going to get it in the air off the engine stand. I'm going to set it on the motor mounts, get the bolts in, and then we're going to work at getting the transmission bolted up to the back of it. So, here we go. Oh, Lord have mercy, Delbert.
What a beautiful day outside, isn't it?
Let's see, there you are. Yeah, after yesterday,
Yeah, it's actually really nice outside.
but all that we fought with yesterday, and we've been fighting today.
It's just a fighting kind of thing here, I guess.
It shouldn't be. Putting a motor into motor mount should not be.
In an open frame. Let's just add that in there.
Yeah, I mean,
Should be fairly simple.
Look at the room we have around us here.
There's no fender wells in the way. There's no
fender wells, no nothing.
no firewall, nothing.
You just saw me torquing down the flex plate. We got the intake torqued down. Valves are set. I have to open the holes on my valve covers a little bit because these are just a little bit too wide between them.
Narrow.
So,
Too narrow.
too narrow. Well, either way, they don't fit. So we're going to make them fit.
It'll be an easy thing.
I mean, it's been one thing after another on this
It really
this
has.
weekend.
This has been, a lot of standing around, a lot of waiting and doing, and then while I was, instead of standing around, I decided to go and do some kill mat.
Delbert got over there and
Finished
Just-
kill mat up front. I think I need one more piece that you can't see.
did you do 3 layers?
Absolutely not. That's one layer, baby.
That's just 1 layer?
That's just one layer.
So I got to do 2 more layers.
Well, we got to finish the first layer. I got one more piece in there. My
Okay.
phone, we got busy on something else, and then
Oh.
we ended early.
There is no
yesterday.
fault on this.
Well,
anywhere.
I didn't finish that because we decided to do something else. But
But now we're going to stab a transmission, aren't we?
yeah, well, I'm excited for that one.
I need to put the transmission mount on before we stab it. So
Okay.
remind me to do that.
Yeah.
And what we'll do, I'm just going to leave this on the
Chain.
chain for right now, and we'll set that transmission over here behind us. Hang on here. Oh, that's better. And we'll get the transmission over here behind us. get it ready, then we'll put it up. Okay, back to time lapse. Okay, guess what is in the frame? Sadly, my cross member is not going to work. I ordered a cross member for a 700 R4, which is 1.5 inches longer than a 350, which the 200 R4 or 204R is the same size as a 350.
This is the direction it's supposed to go in, but obviously it needs to be way up here. And so if we put it in the right spot, you can see it's not going to even come close.
Yeah, that is way short. So I'm going to have to get something else and do it and put in there.
You know, this over here.
Not in the trash, not in the trash. But I'll tell you what, you don't know how thrilled I am to have this thing in the frame, even though it's not completely there yet. And we got to manipulate those valve covers to put on too. So
that won't be that difficult though.
No, drill bit, zap zap, we're done.
Yeah.
But man, don't that look good?
It really does.
And I did put in the torque converter. You saw that in the
Yep.
The time lapse.
We haven't connected it yet. But
No, it won't get connected until this is under the car and back in the air.
You don't want to lay on the dirty floor?
No. Not when I have that.
No, I'm just messing.
Okay.
I did notice that the weight of the engine and transmission has brought the front end down just a little bit.
Oh yeah, it
So
actually has some
spring to it now.
suspension now.
Yeah.
You know, we get the body on it, it'll bring it down even more. And get the front end on it.
Just need to put the motor mount on the motor mount. Oh my gosh.
That
had a V8.
That has been, oh God.
Oh, there's a V8. I could have had one.
But anyways.
I meant the water pump.
Well, no, I'm not going to mess with the water pump just yet.
But it's so pretty.
It is pretty.
Just look how pretty that thing is.
But I want to be able to get to that.
Look at how pretty that was.
Well, I guess I could get to that okay.
That's pretty. I'm talking him into it just by doing that.
See, I was wanting to put the headers on to make sure they're going to clear the frame.
Don't need those anymore.
Nope. Well, I'm going to be tinkering with this all week.
Oh, you already took that side out?
Yep, right here in my hand. I'll be tinkering with this all week to get other things done to it, and the more I can get done, the less I have to do. And there you go, putting your footprint on my frame again. Oh my goodness.
Well, I've been cleaning it with my butt sitting on it.
So you polished that side and you messed up this. Gotcha.
Here, let me fix it. You know, before you took all that slag off of here, I wouldn't have been able to do that.
Oh no.
I'd have ripped my pants, my behind, and everything else.
Yep.
So, thank you for that.
But I guess we're going to continue on from here.
Well, we're going to try to figure out something to hold the transmission up so we don't have to use a jack stand.
Well, yeah, I mean, before this thing moves, I want to have a cross member under it.
Something,
Yeah.
even if it's a temporary cross member.
Well, you know me, if I make something temporary, it's going to be permanent. I'm just like my daddy. I can't do it without overdoing it.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right, everybody. Well, we're going to get back to work and see what else we can do. isn't that a beautiful sight? Absolutely wonderful. We filmed this, well, I've actually filmed this clip 3 times now. First time was with Delbert here, and the microphone had run out of juice. Second time, this morning when I got here, tried to go over it again, but microphone wouldn't work. Third time, got it working. When I filmed this, didn't work. So we're doing it with the phone mic now. I mean, I guess I'll have to deal with that until I figure out what on earth is going on with this. I guess it's just time to get all new microphones. Man, I didn't want to have to do that. But anyways, isn't that not a beautiful, beautiful sight? And of course, it fought us every step of the way. The new motor mounts, I should have trimmed the rubber off the ends of them just a little bit, because they hung and would not let that motor go all the way down. And since we were, I was moving the whole frame back and forth trying to get that thing in. But me and Delbert, we persevered and we got it. It's in there. It ain't coming out. So I'll take you around and show you a little bit of what we've got done. And first things first, sticking right out here at us, we got my, oh, what is the name of this water pump called? Tough Stuff. Tough Stuff water pump. It's a reverse flow, since I'm going to be using the serpentine belt off of the TBI. And I've got the gaskets on, use weather stripping glue on both sides of them. Haven't got the thermostat on yet. Still trying to decide exactly what temp thermostat I want to use. I got the fuel pump block off plate on, but oh my gosh, this whole weekend I put my polished intake on here, wouldn't fit. It would touch right here, but it was gapped about 3/8 of an inch on each side right here. So the pitch of the heads are off, and apparently they've been cut for the Vortec intake, even though they were drilled and tapped for a regular small block Chevy intake. And the valve cover holes, I've had to drill them out just a little bit. This one here looks pretty good in that hole, but you can see in this one how far off to the side it actually is. I want to get me some silicone gasket covers, and I guess I'm going to have to try and cut them just a little bit to fit down on that easily. Header on the other side fits beautifully, and I don't know why, but the headers on these sides, there are always problems. And Dynavox, maybe these headers are from Dynavox, beautifully made, polished stainless, but there is something I want to know. Why can header makers never compensate for that area right down there? That is right up against the header. I mean, you hear it thumping. And I don't even have the gasket on yet. So, and I also gotta bend that brake line on further out of the way, but that ain't gonna be no big deal. But I just wanna know why we always have clearance issues. I don't think I have ever messed with a set of headers that didn't have some sort of clearance issue. But I can take the header off. I want to heat that tube up. I'm going to bend it, make it look very nice and neat. And I think I said in another clip, bending does not interfere with the flow. And then I will get my polishing tools and I'll polish that stainless back out, and you'll never be able to tell that that was not factory. But the main issue of the day, those holes don't line up. So I was going to get it into this video, me cutting this thing apart, and I was just going to make me a do-it-yourself cross-member kit. But because I had to go exchange my gas bottle over there, I went and got a deal of argon so I can get the TIG welder going. And they gave me 75-25, which is what we used for the MIG. So I had to run back over there this morning. Took me about 2 hours out of my day. And just now getting out here, and I still have to edit this and everything, so it's just not going to be as good as the video as I hoped. But anyways, everything's looking very, very good besides those little issues. But when you build a car, you're always going to have issues. I mean, everything else is really gone well so far. So yeah, it's time for a little bit of issues. Because if it all went too well, I'd be afraid something would happen once I got the car going. But I want to do a big shout out again to Jason S. He has really stepped up and helped me, and all the other people who have bought parts. Yeah, I'm going to do another shout out to their names someday soon. But hopefully after Christmas season, sometime in January, we're going to have a first start on this thing. And what I'm planning on doing is doing a live video. We're going to have Jason S. here, Monkey Wrench Mike, Randy, of course, Delbert. I want to try and get Austin G down here. Brian will be here. And we're just going to have a good old time. It'd be neat if I can get old Eric and Van and John and Russell down here. They're the ones who does my music for me on the YouTube. It'd be cool to have them playing in the background. That would be awesome. But that's going to be a lot to put together, and I don't know if it'll happen, but I am going to talk to them about it. Oh. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank y'all so much for sticking with me on this. I know it's been a long, drawn-out ordeal, but, you know, besides Brian and those who come help me part-time, it's a one-man show. But I want to say thank you to Brian, Delbert, Austin G, Austin Carr, Randy, Monkey Wrench Mike, anybody who has put a hand on this thing. And, of course, Jason S. and all those who have donated, Lawrence T. I miss you, brother. Yeah, we just been having it's just, this car wouldn't be what it is without the friends I've got. That's all there is to it. But thank y'all for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe. And please, 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 please share this thing. Get me as many views as I can, because that, at the end of the day, is what helps the algorithm. Guys, we'll see y'all soon on Santa's Workshop.